And good morning. I love you, Lord, for your mercies never fail me. Good morning. All my days I've been held in your hands. I've known you as a father, I've known you as a friend, and I will sing. Good morning of the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so good. Customer. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's business conversations with the Association of African Startups. What we are trying to do is teach you how to position yourself to be top of mind in the minds of your customers. In the dynamic marketplace we find ourselves today, you find so many businesses struggling to still keep a voice. So many businesses still struggling to stay relevant. And this series on Mondays and Tuesdays have been designed to help you maintain top of mind in the lives of your customers despite the times we are in, both economically and politically. So it's crucial that you understand that's which we are doing here today. Okay, and if you are an entrepreneur and you know there's somebody who needs to be a part of this, please do well to invite them so that they too can join um, this live broadcast today. Okay, while we are waiting for that, we are going to start with an opening prayer. Yes, thank you. We're going to start with an opening prayer and we go straight into today's conversations. Dear Jesus, thank you for today. 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 Thank you for what you're about to do. Thank you for the wisdom that we're about to come into. Thank you for the light that we're about to come into. Thank you for the direction you're about to give us as entrepreneurs. Thank you for the truth we're about to come into. At the end of this today, we ask, oh God, that you truly help us learn how to truly build an ideal customer audience. That at the end of the day, we'll be able to go back to our drawing board in our businesses and implement what we have learned today. And as we implement, we ask, oh God, let there be vivid transformations in the businesses recorded here. This we ask in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, good morning, everyone. Once again, welcome to today's business conversations. Today, how to identify your ideal target audience or ideal customers, if you want to call it that. Why this is crucial for us to truly discuss in these times is that the demands of your customers are ever changing, and it's important that you understand how to keep targeting them so that they are still interested in your products and services. Because if you don't understand how to target them, you would realize that yesterday they were once loyal customers, but today they don't seem to even identify with your product or services. So identifying customer segment or identifying your ideal customers is an ongoing thing that every entrepreneur must do repeatedly to be certain that who her customer or who his customers say they are is who they still are. Did you see? This is very critical because there's who you say your customer is, but there's also who they say they are. What that means is you don't assume when it's time for you to design an ideal customer. You actually make sure you do proper research work that unveils who they are to you, and then you can target based on that. Beyond targeting, you can design based on that. Product design before you now go to the marketing and targeting for sales and productivity. Do you see? So it's important that from the beginning, who they say they are is what you truly know and have documented. And your entire end-to-end of product creation to targeting to the entire life cycle management of the customers is on the strength of what you actually have targeted. Do you see why this is critical? Okay. So, how do you actually design your ideal customers? The first step is to build a customer persona. Building a customer persona means making a list of all the information you are looking for in the customer. For example, their age, their interests, their style, their gender, their behaviors, their goals. It will truly help you narrow and pinpoint who your customer is. Because when you're able to build their persona, then you know exactly who you're looking for and how they should be like in terms of behavioral pattern when you do find them. And these things are not far-fetched because we have a replete of information across the internet that gives us, how certain demographics behave and how certain classes of persons behave. So if you understand that, you're able to build your customer persona in the easiest way possible, right? So in building a customer persona, you can start with, their gender, a female, their age, right? And maybe what kind of lifestyle does she live? Maybe what kind of lifestyle does she live? It's critical that you understand that, because once you understand that, then it will be easy for you to be able to do your customer persona. If she's laid back, you're highlighting that she's laid back. If she's very active and productive, if she's upwardly mobile, you have to, because if you don't use these things, you may not be able to target them. Customer personas are critical because that's how we develop marketing strategy to target them. If I'm going to target any customer profile persona on the internet, whether it is through Google, through Facebook, or any other kind of marketing, customer personas have been preloaded into the different targeting systems. So if you don't have a customer persona, you'll be targeting a broad demography of people. And when it is broad, you will be reaching most people, but you will not be able to convert. As opposed to having a persona that actually fits the profile of what you want to sell and targeting them specifically to buy your product. So if you don't even have that customer persona, when you are designing your targeting system, you will not be able to target accordingly because you don't know who you are trying to target. So it is critical that you get this one correctly. Okay? And this also helps because if you are able to get your customer persona right, you are able to even follow the right customers on social media. When you go into different platforms, it's important that you have an understanding of your customer persona because that's how you follow people. You don't just follow people aimlessly. Follow those who you know are potential customers. But potential customers you can only know if you actually know their customer persona, right? So it's critical that you know that. Okay? The next thing to begin to pay attention to is, now that you know the customer persona, or you have sort of identified the customer persona, you now have to turn that persona that you have come to identify into a customer targeting. What this means is that now that you have done your research and you know the people that you think you want to serve, it's important that you start creating products with your ideal customer in mind. Incorporate their style and their interest into your products. When designing your product, make sure that you choose features and styles that actually incorporate who these people are, right? That way, from the beginning, you're set to target who they are in the entire value chain of that business. Once you are done, it's important to also take note of this, that in designing your ideal customers, you must be crystal clear on where to find them. All the customers you are going to do business with can be scattered across diverse platforms. However, there's a specific platform that identifies where those you want to serve truly are. All of this is part of your developing your ideal customer or identifying your ideal customer. Because once you know the exact platforms where they predominantly are, then you'll be able to truly focus on them. For example, if you're trying to serve the Gen Zs and the people who are way more younger, TikTok is a place most likely for them to be, because there's something about that platform that attracts them. So if you know that as where your ideal customer actually is focused on, then you're designing your entire targeting and your marketing strategy to fit that TikTok platform. If you know you're trying to serve people who are very professional, clearly LinkedIn is a place, and X maybe where necessary, but LinkedIn more professional. And in order for you to serve those people, clearly you have to understand their style, their communication style, the way they want to be sold to, All of those things are critical to be able to get the attention of those people, right? If you are going to be selling, or if you are going to be targeting them on TikTok, it's important that you understand the trends, and all of those things are built into your product, right? It's important that if you truly want to draw the attention of your ideal customer, this is a tip that you should never ignore. If your ideal customers are somewhat like you, then show up looking like them every day. What does this mean? Maybe you're a fashion entrepreneur, and the kind of clothes you like to wear are the kind of people you want to sell to. Say, let me give an example. You are somebody who likes maxi dresses, right? And you want to sell people who, just like you, are looking for comfort maxi dresses. That way, a pro tip to keep attracting them is to keep dressing like they want to dress and putting it out there. Does this make sense? So that way, you have an idea of who this ideal customer is. You know what their lifestyle looks like. You know what their desires and their likes and their wants are. You show up like them every day, because what that means is that as you consistently show up as them, sharing your day-to-day life and posting pictures of your lifestyle, your favorite finds, your recipes, what this does is it gives these ideal customers who are already like you to be able to connect and identify with your product and service. That's for those whose ideal customers is like them. For most fashion entrepreneurs, well, most likely, maybe the people who you want to sell to will look like you. So it's important that you make your own job easy by actually positioning yourself to meet them where they are. Okay, so it is important that we understand this as entrepreneurs who truly want to take advantage of the ideal audience that we have designed. Another thing to focus on with designing ideal audience is to do a certain level of research for the people who have similar products and services as yours. Sometimes you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes you just have to layer on the work that has been done in that particular sector, niche market. Say maybe you're trying to enter into the wellness space, right? For the wellness industry, there's a replete of information concerning the target audience you want to serve, except you're trying to create something new and exclusive. If you're trying to create something new and exclusive, maybe what you're trying to create doesn't really exist out there, but very largely it will exist out there. So in order for you to truly narrow down, it's important that you leverage existing information or existing data to help you truly be able to build your own ideal customer. That way, you layer on those who are built in the past and harvest information from that. When you harvest information from that, you'll be shocked or surprised to see that everything you're trying to create, somebody has already created. All you need to do is plug and play, right? So it's important that you leverage existing demographic, existing research on the customer target, on the target audience you want to serve, so that you too can build upon that. That's on that. The other thing is, one of the ways to also narrow down ideal clients or ideal customers that you want to build is to partner with complementary brands. Complementary brands are people who serve complementary products to what you are trying to launch, right? If somebody is let me use the word now. If somebody sells hairband and I'm trying to go into the maybe maxi dresses line, and the person sells hairband, a lot of times hairband can be complementary to maxi dresses. And if the person has been selling hairband and selling to a large number of audiences, most likely some of the people that they have been selling to will fit the criteria of those who you too are trying to sell to. Because if you pair a maxi dress and a hairband together, it's very classy, it's very chic, it's very regal sometimes. So finding complementary brands who already serve that existing demography can help you even launch deeper into designing an ideal audience. In fact, for some of you, it can throw you into an existing ideal audience that fits the profile of what you're trying to do and just gives you immediate reward from those customers. So leverage complementary brands in collaborative methods to be able to truly get the best of your ideal audience that you have created or that you are creating. So partnerships and collaborations works a lot when you're trying to truly hone down into the people that you want to serve. One of the things I always recommend for real-time and new entrepreneurs who may not have all the resources that old entrepreneurs have to maybe do heavy-duty research, I would say leverage on existing data to be able to truly design who you want to do business with. And beyond the designing, don't get caught up in designing the full length and breadth. Be more interested in targeting the people that you want to reach, because designing is one phase of the entire broad spectrum. Targeting is the most critical. When I'm done designing, if I cannot target them efficiently, then I have products and services that people are not going to necessarily buy, right? So targeting is very critical. And as you leave here today, one of the first things I want you to truly go and do as an entrepreneur is go over your products and services features again, list it out. When you look at the products and services features that you currently have, ask yourself in real time, who are those who are looking for this? You can use the internet to also ask questions. What category of persons are looking for these features that I have? When you put it on Google, Google will most likely bring out brands that are servicing those existing people. So you can begin to compare. When I say compare, not because you want to copy, but because you want to understand the markets. You want to understand the people you want to serve. I love what complementary brands helps entrepreneurs do. It reveals to you the behavior of the customers you want to serve. It reveals to you the likes, the desires, the wants of the customers you want to serve. So why try to reinvent the wheel when there are brands who have already harvested it for you and they're putting it on the platter for you to be able to get? So when you have identified all the features of your product and services, begin to mix and match. What customers are looking for these features and this what customers are looking for them. When it brings out those complementary brands, it helps you do your research to ask what are these guys doing and how are they attracting these people. Very simple, basic things, and then at the end you find they have been able to extract a couple information that will help you niche even further down to identify who truly is your customer. And it's okay if it feels as though your customer or your ideal customer keeps evolving. Because yes, customers' needs keep evolving. So if you're in a phase where it feels as though last year the people who you were served used to like, very busy and noisy ads, right? But this year you notice that it's not working. That means something may have changed about their customer behavior. Your job is to make sure at every point in time you're observant enough to be able to grow with the customers that you have designed. Your ideal customer today, even though they may still remain your ideal customer tomorrow, but something may have changed in the entire persona. Make sure to pay attention so that you're not beating the air as touching your targeting and marketing efforts as an entrepreneur. I hope this is clear. Does anybody have questions concerning today's conversations? Does anybody have questions concerning today's conversations? Does anybody have questions? With designing customer personas, it's important to note that the customer who used to enjoy a certain kind of packaging today may tomorrow not enjoy it. And see, customers' likes is framed by what they see. Your customer may like ABC today, and tomorrow an influencer may arise and begin to show them a new way. Your customer who used to like A or B or C yesterday may wake up the next day and they don't like any of those anymore. Maybe because one influencer who is good at packaging something new has come to show them a new way. So if you are that entrepreneur who is serving the customer who likes either A or B or C, and you have designed your entire targeting around A or B or C, forgetting that over the course of 6 months, one influencer arose that began to teach them a new way, Z and Q. Then you keep selling or targeting them based on A, B, and C, but the customer has moved to Z and Q. That is why your ideal customer may not change, but their persona may evolve. Your job as an entrepreneur is to make sure that you're constantly evolving with them and we are constantly observing based on the trends ongoing in your industry or in your niche market. It is critical so that the customers are not outgrowing you in terms of their needs or their desires or their wants, or sometimes even their likes. They're not outgrowing you. Instead, you're growing with them and you're evolving with them to be able to serve them better and be able to grow, both your enterprise while meeting their needs. Okay, I hope this has helped somebody who's an entrepreneur, and you will take this and go back to your target audience and be able to do better with truly digging deeper into who your target audience is. God bless you. Thank you for joining today. If you feel like this is a subject matter you truly want to do better in, I'll suggest strongly that you take the business expansion course. That business expansion course takes you from beginning to the end, everything you need to know as touching building a business that can grow. Okay, and the link to the course will be dropped in this YouTube channel and also on the Instagram and Telegram, so that those who want to enroll for that program will be able to have access to it. All right, thank you everyone for joining. By the grace of God, we'll see you next week, Monday and Tuesday, for another episode of how to stay top of mind of your ideal customers. God bless you. Thank you.